we have two different eras of Atera sales or Atera revenue. We have before Unleash and after Unleash. Currently, we're in our after Unleash era where things are much easier. The flow of information is just so much faster. And really, it's almost like having 24/7 support as far as product knowledge for our team. And I think Atera is an IT management software. So we consolidate remote monitoring, management, help desk, and ticketing, and all these different functions, which are really, really important for IT teams to manage their business. And obviously, we use AI in order to help them, really accelerate the work that they're doing. And so predominantly Atera is targeted at IT departments, corporate IT teams, managed service providers, and really anyone who's providing IT services to an organization. So I'm responsible for the revenue enablement. I manage the revenue enablement team. That means that I'm really responsible for helping everyone within the customer success team, the sales development team, be better at their job. We're responsible for educating them and enabling them how to pitch Atera and how to speak about the product and the capabilities, helping them understand in greater depth who our customers are and what's important to them. Every time we have new features or new releases, we're responsible for making sure that everyone knows what's up and everyone knows what's coming out. And so really just making sure that all the customer-facing teams within the organization have the knowledge that they need in order to be able to discuss Atera with customers and with prospects. So we have sales teams in the US, we have sales teams in Tel Aviv, we have a support and part of our sales teams in Romania. So we're really working across multiple different regions, not necessarily with everyone in the same time zone. And so when we were dependent on certain people within the team who were, managing knowledge or managing information, there was always going to be a delay. When someone from the US needs an answer that maybe someone only in Romania has, they're going to have to wait until the next day. And that really disrupts the business continuity, that disrupts people's ability to close more deals, to carry on speaking with prospects. And so when we were able to implement Unleash, we found that all of a sudden that time to response just reduced to almost zero for maybe 50 to 60% of the questions that were coming up. We had a lot of internal sources of knowledge, and we also had a solution engineer team who were being plagued with questions left, right, and center. And we even had to hire someone new because of how overwhelmed the solution engineer team was. At the time, we got back into discussions with Unleash and we acquired Unleash. And with the impact that the AI brought and it being able to generate natural language answers based on existing information, it didn't just surface the source. It didn't just say this is where the answer is, but it gave a usable, clear answer with a reference of where that answer came from, which really just, changed the way that we were working with the solution engineer team. To the point where it really saved us a headcount as far as how big the team was. We didn't need the same number of solution engineers. We didn't need to hire anyone else, and they weren't overwhelmed. They were able to focus on the things that were more important, such as joining customer calls, helping build out integrations, working on RFIs and working on security questionnaires, and all of the things that the solution engineers should have been doing instead of answering questions that information already existed for. Instead of having to maintain many different sources of information or try to consolidate all of them into one place, we can just attach all of them into Unleash and it does that work for us. So I don't have to update the Monday board and the Zendesk and the Work Ramp and Slack and everything, separately. I add them all into Unleash, and it does that consolidation for me. Within enablement organizations, people are trying to maintain these content management systems. They require so much manual work and manual updates all the time because you're trying to bring in so many sources and consolidate it all into one single place with new versions all the time and little changes. And Unleash just makes that so much easier. You no longer have to maintain in this old-fashioned or old-school way a content management system. You can use all the resources that you have, all the SaaS platforms that we're already using, and just feed them all into Unleash. Great use of Unleash a couple of days ago. We had a big release within the company. Like I said, we were releasing our AI autopilot, and there was a lot of information coming from multiple different departments. We have the marketing material, we have the security questions, we have the FAQs from the product team, the content from our team, the videos, how does the product work, what are the functionalities, what are the features that are available, how can people demo it, even gong calls that we wanted to show people. And we were able to connect all of this into Unleash, and Unleash became the guru of everything related to Atera's AI autopilot. And that meant that people didn't have to go looking for this information. We simply had one source, one place, whether it be in Slack or in the Unleash bot, doesn't really matter, whatever works for them. They could go and they could find the answers that they needed. And I mentioned this to our CRO, and he went into the Slack bot himself and he asked a security question. And I saw his question, and for 2 seconds I held my breath, hoping that it's going to actually answer the question, and it gave the perfect answer. He was trying to trip it up, but he wasn't able to. Unleash knew better, and gave the perfect answer around security. And so it saves us miscommunication. It saves the wrong information being let out. And luckily, to take Atera back a couple of years, I was the only enablement and pre-sales person in the whole organization. So the only solution engineer, the only pre-sales engineer, the only enablement person. So my Slack was pretty much always unread messages. And that's what prompted us to build more of a pre-sales team. And that's why we brought on this additional headcount. The problem is when you have a team that are very good at what they do, and we're very lucky that we had great solution engineers and great pre-sales engineers, they get even more inundated because now they've become someone who's going to give them great answers, really knowledgeable. I'm talking about people who have been in the company for 6 or 7 years. They have knowledge that, is pretty much equal to the level of the CTO in some more technical cases. And even they were getting overwhelmed with the questions. And so luckily, by the time we implemented Unleash, the questions weren't coming directly to me, but I was managing the pre-sales team at the time. And they would message me 3 times a day saying, thank God for Unleash. Thank God for Unleash. What would we do without Unleash? As far as how quickly they're getting answers, it's actually also become a little bit of a running joke within the organization of, can someone answer before Unleash? And we have one guy, Brad, who occasionally is able to, and everyone knows Brad is faster than Unleash. So we have one guy who's occasionally able to start typing his answer before Unleash does. But really, you can blink. By the time you're finished blinking, Unleash will have an answer out there. So that's definitely been a help. Really, if you're going to perceive Unleash almost as a partner within your organization and a business partner within your organization, really that's the best way to set yourself up for success. So keep in mind the ability of the tool and the ability of the Unleash platform, and really try and build your processes, around how it can help you, optimizing your knowledge management, optimizing the way that you're managing your content, and really, really encouraging your teams to use it, making it available to them in any platform that they choose that's most comfortable for them. Really, that's the best way to get a great ROI on the platform.